What's going on, guys? So in this video, I want to talk about journaling and the power of backtesting to increase your win percentage. And I'm not talking about normal backtesting as you may think, as far as going to a set period of time in the past, and then sample size in between trades to see how well you do within a certain period of time. Not speaking about that. I'm talking about actually getting data from trades you've taken from real life conditions, and over time being able to come back to your journal and see what your strengths are, see what your weaknesses are, and figure out a way to up your percentage based on real data from trades that you've actually taken. So let's get into it. Oh, and wait. Make sure you guys stay until the end of the video. I will be showing you the software that I use to journal my personal trades on a day-to-day basis. So we're first going to speak about the power of journaling, which is literally documenting the trades you take so you can understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and obviously up your win percentage. What I want to do towards the end of the video is I want to actually bring you guys to the journal I use, and I want to run you through a full trade and what that looks like and how I've used that exact same journal to document my own trades. And of course, I'm going to give you guys the document and the app to use so you can do so yourself. The reason why journaling is so important is because you're able to document what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and go back to it at a certain period of time, or every single day or every single week, as me and my group do, reflect on it, understand what you're doing correct, understand what you're doing wrong, and potentially switch things around so you can up your win percentage. Now, there's multiple things that people do that allow for journaling to not be so beneficial. So I do want to walk through a couple things to make sure that when you guys are journaling, you're journaling the correct way and you're doing something with that data to become a better trader. Before we get into any type of tweaking of our strategy to become a better trader, we have to collect data to understand where we're sitting at this current point, right? So you have to collect at least 100 trades within your strategy bare minimum. Until you have 100 trades, you can't really backtrack your data and hold anything king within what you see within that time frame. Because as you guys know, for those of you who've been trading for multiple months or multiple years, you can catch a streak of luck within the markets. But over the course of 100 trades, if you are profitable or not, that's obviously saying something about your trading strategy, and something may potentially need or not need to be fixed to make yourself a better trader. If you guys aren't journeying the correct way, when we do go back to back test, it's not going to do anything for you. So I wanted to push you guys into a page of my journal, which we'll go ahead and run into now. Okay, so this journal is specified to my strategy and what I believe to be important. And every section that you see within this journal has helped me be able to progress forward to maintain over a 73% win ratio for this entire year. So what I do personally is I have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections to document every trade that I have. And I am going to walk through all of them with you. Just make sure you guys wait until the end of the video, and I will be showing you what software I use to journal every last trade I take. Okay, so over here, you can see in our first column, it says buy or sell, which is exactly what you think. When you enter a trade, you're either going to buy it or you're going to sell. So I document that sitting right there. I move over to my pair. I have all of my pairs documented because these are the only currency pairs and indices that I trade. Okay, it has my date sitting right here, which way you can go even more extensive into it because you can include the time as well. So I used to do that earlier within my career. I don't do it anymore to understand which time periods am I the most profitable. Is it before session or during session or outside of session times? And as you guys see from stream, I found out I am a pre-session trader and my strategy works the best before or during session. Okay. I also have my setup type, which I've only have 2 setup types. That's either a supply and demand zone or a liquid grab. And then I have the win, break even, or loss, which allows me to have my percentage down here, my risk to reward, which is telling me where my trades are running to before they take me out stop loss. And then I have an actual documentation of the trade here. So I can take this directly from TradingView and show how my trade actually looks on the market. So all of this all together, and then I have notes sitting over here as well. The only thing I use notes for is if I had a second chance trade, meaning if I took a trade within that same zone because the first one failed because I had the tight stop loss and it wins, I will note that over there because ultimately that is a winning setup. However, I took 2 trades within this day. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and go back to what all of this means and how this could help you become a better trader. So for me, I had a long period where I was struggling with understanding trend within the market, right? Is this market going up or is this market going down? And through the course of process of elimination and starting to understand market structure better, I started to realize when I am trading with trend, once I started to understand market structure, of course, I more often than not am going to become correct. And when you start to see here over the course of a very bullish or very bearish month, you'll start to see I'm really not a buying and selling kind of guy, as I only trade with trend. I don't take retracement trades. So as you see here over the course of an entire month, I'm not a swing trader and I've taken all sells except for one trade sitting here was a NAS 100 buy, which is kind of cool to see. So understanding that over time, I could go back within time. And when I would see sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, and I wasn't doing so well for the month, it's like, okay, what's going on from this point? I found out I don't do well with retracement trading. I better just ride with the wave. Okay. So if price is bullish, I'm not going to try to catch a retracement. I'm just going to go within the trend. And it has extremely upped my win percentage just with that one little bit there. Okay. And then we can specify each instrument that we trade with within this pair section. So over the course of these 100 trades, you guys can go back and see, okay, well, if EU is only winning 20% of the time, but GU and AU are winning 80, 90% of the time, maybe I shouldn't be trading EU. Maybe I should only be trading those other 2 pairs that have a way higher win percentage. Okay. And you can start to document certain things. Like we know a trader that doesn't trade on Wednesdays, and this is what he's done. You take these 100 or more trades, you walk back and you see, okay, what is my best day of the month, best day of the week, worst day of the week, best day of the month, worst day of the month. And then, okay, if there's one week out of the, or one day out of the week that has a way worse win percentage than the other one, okay, great. Don't trade that day. You know, and over the course of all these minor little tweaks within the strategy, you guys are going to see an extreme improvement within your trading, which is well beyond your plan. Okay, so like I always tell you, I can teach you the foundation, which is for me, I'm a supply and demand trader. But understanding all these minor tweaks, what day of the week are you a better trader? What instrument do you trade better? What's your risk to reward looking like on most trades? Do you more often than not win or lose when you do higher risk to reward? Are you a better seller or buyer? These things you're going to have to figure out for yourself to bring yourself from that 60% trader up to the 70 to 80% trader. Okay. Very, very important. So moving on here, I will go over to my setup type. So, you know, just to doing a sample sizing example again. If you're taking a ton of supply, demand, and liquidity grab trades, but only supply trades are working, the other 2 are only working 15, 20% of the time, you can cut them. Okay. You can figure out what to do with them as far as, okay, why is this not working out the way these supply setups are working out? And over the course of a couple months, if you can't figure it out, but you are getting stronger with your supply setup, it is okay to cut them. And I think it goes back to when you guys start to see us traders who have become profitable over the years, we start to say that we start to trade less and less. Well, it's because of all these things we're starting to realize through time and experience that has made us a better trader. In turn, we start to realize that kind of master setup. And if we don't see XYZ line up, we just won't take the trade. Okay. Going over to this column here, the win-loss break-even. This is allowing you to see your win percentage. So you could document to see if these minor things that you are tweaking are over time starting to up your percentage, or if you're kind of getting nowhere, or the thing that you tweaked is working against you, maybe you should stop doing so. Okay. Risk to reward, so you guys can keep track of how well you're doing with your profits. And again, you guys saw this sitting over here. So that's pretty much the gist of it. There was just one more heavier thing I wanted to explain. And that is doing one thing at a time. Okay. And so if you're starting to feel like you are a better seller than a buyer, and you're starting to feel like EU is a way better pair than AU, so you're about to cut AU, only do one thing at a time and see how that ups your win percentage before you move on to the next thing, the sample size. And then maybe you can move on to the pair and say, okay, let me drop AU and see if my win percentage ups, and then move on. Everything happens within sections. And that's what we always say, just like going to school to be a doctor, this trading journey does take time for you to become the best trader you possibly can be. Okay, just to go through everything I just discussed with you guys over the course of a couple sentences, I want you to remember a couple things. Okay, one, make sure you at least collect data of 100 trades or more before you start using this data to sample size with to start to tweak your foundation to become a better trader. Two, remember you guys stick to one thing at a time when you do find these minor things that could potentially increase your win percentage. Nothing is held king until you sample size, of course, over 100 trades. Okay, so hold that in the same course of when you add something new within the strategy, meaning if you start to cut out AU or you add a new pair, like I just added EU last month, okay, go over the course of the next 100 trades, come back to that EU and just make sure it's functioning as correctly as you got the data from when you first introduced it to the strategy. Always making sure you're on top of the ball with your strategy and never becoming complacent with becoming a better version of yourself. Okay, guys, so without further ado, this beautiful screen you see right here, which I've been using for over a year now, and it has helped me tremendously, is called Notion. Go down to the description in this video, join my free chat, and I do have a link directly to my journal completely. So that's just not you going to this website to create your own journal. If you do like the way I journal myself, you can join my free group, go up into the pinned messages, and I have this exact same format pinned up there for you. All you have to do is click into it. You'll go to the top right where it states duplicate. You'll click on that. So it'll make you your own version of it. And then within that version, you'll be able to edit it and start to sample size for yourself and become the best version you can. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I know I haven't had a video for you in about a month, but I am back giving you videos every single week. And I will see you guys in the next video.